All right, we're live. I'm guessing that, well, according to WCF Invader, I'm guessing that uh, F8's live right now. So I didn't really know that. I don't get invites apparently anymore. Um, I know Cash was live earlier, so I'm not trying to take anyone's fury away. I guess you could say. What's up, F8? Yeah, I didn't know you were live. Apparently you were live. I don't know. I just did a spur of the moment when I was walking back. I set up the live and got in the truck, and then I don't know. The stream just dropped out. Oh, okay. No, WCF Invader said you were live. So, oh, this morning. Okay, yeah, I didn't go live this morning, so I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. Um, Trying to make sure I'm not like being blinded by this light right here. Yeah, there we go. Um, Sorry, miscommunication. He was live this morning. Okay, WCF Invader. Um, we're just sitting here. They just had the truck show. Pretty much, they did the I guess the final judging today. So it's running down a little bit, Matt. So I guess some of these guys. It looks like they're maybe already leaving. They pretty much were here for to be judged at the Mass Truck Show, and that's it. It looks like. So it's kind of winding down just a bit, at least considering the trucks, because I don't know. I just went out here. It was about like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and uh, if you get the drone footage I had from the video I posted today, that was last night. They had all the lights on and everything, and tonight it's not it's not as uppity and live as it was. So made a lot of connections today in Matt's. Met a lot of people I never thought I'd meet. So that was rather interesting. Ran into Alex, Sammy, Tim, Gentry and Sons. So don't forget uh, DIY. Also ended up going over to the 123 load board and met Snorlord. Um, Man, I don't remember. I remember he told me his name, but I don't want to put that out there anyway. So uh, had a good time. I know I'm forgetting a few other people. Some couple people came up to me, introduced themselves. Um, I'm drawing a blank right now, but I did end up having about 3 or 4 Yanglings earlier, so I don't know. Um, Man, he's the one that gave them to me too. I can't remember his name. Shit. But I appreciate him. He came up, talked to me in DIY. Uh, Pretty much hanged out for the rest of the day. Went around. I did a bunch of interviews today too. Well, not really. So it looks like I could probably interview the people selling stuff. That's easy. But it looks like a lot of the larger companies, like your WalMarts, your large carriers and stuff, they kind of don't want to have any presence on YouTube. Which I mean, I guess I can understand. They don't know me. They don't know who they're dealing with or anything. So um, they were a little standoffish. I pretty much had to get information from them and then step back and then relay it to the camera. Um, I know Walmart did that. Uber Freight. So I went up to Uber Freight and kind of tried to maybe get a hold of, talk to them and say, hey, is there any way to really escalate a problem you're having with Uber Freight? Is there anyone that I can actually get a hold of in the States that, you know, understands things more clearly, I guess? And she just said, call the 1-800 number or whatever that's on your confirmation or whatever. So most likely that was a no. And then she wouldn't ask any more questions or say anything. She's just said, refer to the pamphlets, and they didn't want to be on camera. So I walked away and, politely trashed Uber Freight. So that's what we did there with that. I didn't get the circle back over to, I think it's the North Wing, to where CH Robinson and stuff is. just didn't have time. Hanging out, talking, bullshitting with people. It just ate up the time. So tomorrow, maybe I'll circle back. There's one more wing I don't think I've been in, so maybe I'll go up there and check it out. Um, I got a lot of editing to do. That video that I posted earlier, that was like an hour long video, and I knocked it down to about 40 minutes or so. Um, and that took, gosh, I think I spent like 6 hours editing that, and a lot of the time was waiting for the huge files to transfer over. And I even had to knock the resolution down. It was all supposed to be nice, awesome, 4K video, but with I guess there's so many people in this small area that we must all be pulling from the same towers. The bandwidth is like garbage right now, especially if you're inside, indoors. It's horrific. Um, Yo, what's up, Jerome Jones? What's up, CF Invader? What's up? Come on with it. We all know Crash Bandits here. I mean, F8 Trucking's here. And let's see here. F8 said, "Can I talk to someone that doesn't have a chicken running around the house when I call?" Yeah. Uber Freight says, read read the what? Oh, pamphlet. Yeah, read the pamphlet. I think they just knew where it was going. I mean, I wasn't trying to be, wasn't trying to be a dick. Uh, I was really just, I was going to I was going to ask her if there's somebody I could really get a hold of, and then I was going to let her do her spiel and promote Uber Freight. I'm not there to trash anybody. I mean, there are a few carriers that were there that I didn't even bother going to talk to or interview, or there's just some stuff that I'm not going to deal with. Like I even went to Amazon, and I don't feel too kindly about Amazon, but I still, they at least talked to me and stuff, told me about, what Amazon Relay is and all that stuff. So, they want go on camera, of course, but they at least talk to me and stuff. The same thing, with Walmart, wouldn't go on camera, wouldn't do a spiel or nothing. So it looks like it's funny how I've watched other YouTubers, prominent YouTubers. Oh man, I want to say something Monkey, Monkey Landscaping. Maybe it's Grease Monkey Landscape. I don't remember, but there's a prominent landscaping YouTube channel out there that I watch. I can't, man. See, when I get in these conversations, I need to like, I don't rehearse anything. Like I should look up this information, and maybe I could grab my other phone and look it up real quick. But anyway, so I think it's called Monkey Landscaping or something landscaping, and he goes around to these trade shows, landscaping equipment trade shows and everything, and he talks to these booths, and they talk to him, they show him the product and everything. They're not very standoff, none of them are standoffish. They just, they'll tell you, they'll go through whatever you want to know. They'll promote their product. Apparently here it's totally different now. Maybe because they don't have to worry about, equipment buyers and people in that industry showing up to their, office and having a fit or something. Maybe that's might be the problem. I don't know, but it's very, like I said, standoffish for a company to be like, read the brochure, don't interview us and everything. But you know what? I can't necessarily say that's their problem. I'm sure there's probably a reason for that, either legal wise or maybe safety wise. Spoke with DAT a little bit today. If you, I don't know if I think DIY did that off camera, but definitely got into plenty of conversations about scammy brokering, double brokering, and everything about that. DAT is working really hard. They're trying to come up with a solution, and in fact, they're partnering with multiple load boards to try to get that under control. And even going into trying to get in touch with using like state police background records to verify brokerages and stuff and people that are on there. So hopefully in the next few months, eventually that'll calm that down, the co-brokering, well, not the co-brokering, but the double brokering and the scheming stuff. Um, I mean, don't count on it, but at least that's what it seems like, um, DAT was putting out there. Uh, let's see. What else? Hey, plays on the freeway. What's up? Um, Other than that, went through the Walmart booth. They told me, about how long they're looking for to hire somebody and what they're willing to pay. I'll tell you this. Here's Walmart's strategy. Um, they don't have a set date because that's going to depend on drivers, but they are constantly buying not only replacement tractors, but they're growing their fleet. Walmart has at least a goal to go 100% in-house transportation. And when they mean in-house 100%, they mean in-house 100%. They want their drivers picking up customers, product, I guess, vendors' product, I should say, that they bring in. Like they'll send their trucks to Tyson to pick up the loads, or which I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work because Tyson has their own trailer. So, but anyway, that's pretty much what their plan is. Their plan is to get rid of uh, probably to get rid of Swift and US Express and stuff. Well, they're all the same company now. But they at least the gentleman I spoke to, didn't talk very highly of having them run their freight. Because they're running around with Walmart trailers, crashing into stuff, ripping the roofs off and everything. So yeah, I would imagine Walmart's probably not the only key player on that. But you know what? I don't know if Walmart's looking long term. If Walmart's looking long term, then they might be going. They might be talking about autonomous trucks and everything. Jackknife. Walmart has driver-facing cameras that record even when the truck is off. They got sued for recording drivers when they were changing in the back. Yes. I've heard about that too. But pretty much, to be honest, it's all companies. Like today, I found out that my camera in here is always recording, and they go back and check the footage. So I PC'd here, which maybe now thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have done because I had to get fuel. So I bought fuel on my personal card, and pretty much had needed fuel. I treated it like I was pulling my fifth wheel trailer with my truck or something. And they went through and saw that I stopped and got fuel through the camera. I guess the camera knows like when it shut off, and I don't know, but Samsara has that AI technology, so maybe it could see names of the fuel stop or anything. I don't know how it works, but anyway, they sent me a text saying, hey, did you get fuel at 11, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, yeah, I did. I said, I didn't use the company card. I used my personal card. I said, how, they're like, well, we searched the cameras. We got to put that on duty. And I'm like, but it was a personal move and I was using the fuel for personal means. Well, apparently, I mean, they're probably scared. I mean, they were told that this could happen, or this could be done to them. But apparently, if they get like actual audited, pretty much the officers asked to see that, they'll go through the logbooks and they'll ask to try to match it up with the ELD. And with the ELD, the camera is connected into the ELD, Samsara together. So what they'll do is they'll actually go through the footage and try to see what the driver was doing. Now, I don't know. I imagine if you said no, you could say that because they're not exactly subpoenaing, subpoenaing the footage or getting a warrant for it or anything. But if you probably did that, they probably would make your life hell. So to play super duper by the books, they pretty much that's what they do. They all, no matter what, all fueling's on duty, everything's on duty. Yo, what's up, Eddie Hall? How's it going? They pretty much, like I said, all fueling's on duty. It also help. They're also going through it. They're having problems with some drivers lately, so I just got caught up in that. Maybe that's what happened. But yeah, so I ended up going on duty for fueling. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I would imagine it's going to send a super red flag now if I do have my logs looked at if I get pulled over. They're going to be like, why were you PCing and then went on duty to get fuel and that's it. Oh, okay, shit, cool. That's yeah, because yeah, I don't speak. I'm pretty sure it's Portuguese is what you speak. I'm not 100% sure. I know it sounds like it. I used to have a hey yo, no problem, Eddie Hall. Yeah, I used to have a I'll say rather delicious looking terminal manager when I was over at Order Express. She was Brazilian, and when she would get mad, she would just start spitting out Portuguese, yelling at everybody and everything. So um, that's kind of like how I kind of at least catch the accent and everything. Uh, that's a great name, Eddie, and it'll match. I would keep both channels going, really, to be honest with you. Um, that's what I would do. I would just keep both channels going. I mean, it might be a little bit harder, for some things, but I guess you could always, um, mix the language in there, so it's not going to, I guess, affect both things. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I saw your truck. Yeah, I watched a few videos. I mean, I didn't understand anything except for a few snippets and everything, but no, I watched some of your videos. Yeah, that that'll probably double your viewership. Um, let me see how bad this is without this light. Oh no, it's pretty bad. All right, we'll go back to using this light. I just don't know. I just don't know where the hell to stick it. That's what she said. Anyway, all right, that's better. Uh, yeah, I know because it was they lightened up on PC a lot when they first came out with the new rulings and stuff. And now that there's a money crunch and everybody's using electronic logs, so they're not getting the constant flow of cheating, paper logs and stuff like that. It looks like they're just going to crack down on anything and everything they think they can get away with. And yeah, so I don't know. Me personally, it was a personal move. If I own the truck and I wanted to hook a camper up to it, guess what? I'm going to hook a freaking camper up to it and take the kids, on vacation. I'm going to PC that damn shit too. So I don't know what to tell you. Well, not I mean not to tell you, but to tell them. Um, it, I'm paying $200,000 for it. It's my piece of equipment. If I want to freaking drive it, I'm going to drive it. that's that's how I feel about that. Now, am I going to like PC to shippers and receivers and stuff and play that whole oh man, I ran out of time, 30 minutes down the road, let me just PC it over there and stuff. No, I'm not going to do that. Do I think there should be somewhat of a legal? To be honest, with how screwed up the logs are, um, I think there should be either a certain amount of time or whatnot that they give you an hour leeway, an hour of either on duty or drive, just to use at any part of your shift. That's what I think. There should at least be like an hour. That way, if you get stuck in traffic and I know they have exemptions and stuff, but a lot of these larger companies, they get rid of the exemptions, they get rid of the PC time. The guys pretty much, that's why a lot of these larger companies, you see guys on the side of the road. You see guys, they'll literally like pull into the truck stop and park in like the entrance, and they'll pull in whatever way they even get in. They'll pull in forward and just block like 4 or 5 parking spots because they can't move at all because their company's super super anal about any ELD time, which I don't know. You would think these larger companies would be able to get away with a little bit more. But I'm guessing what it is they end up finding them on a larger scale or something, because it always seems to be the larger companies that are the ones that really have a problem with the ELDs. And you know what? There are guys, because even here, I know there's guys that butcher the hell out of using PC and stuff. But I mean, the only time I use PC is if I'm driving. Let's say I drive. This light is gonna annoy the hell out of me. Either if I'm driving to go get food or something, or if I'm driving to back home from the yard or something like that. That's the only real times I ever use PC. Other than that, as far as I'm concerned, it's my personal move. I'm going to use the truck. I'm going to use PC. All right, so that's out of the way because I'll turn that into a rant because I don't know. I guess I'll get mad that the government's telling me what I can do and can't do with my own truck and freedom and everything like that. It's already put up with enough. In fact, we already all put up with enough bull crap, and it just seems to get worse and worse and worse. And whatever they put out there never fixes the problem. It just pushes the problem off of somebody else and makes it harder for everyone else. So yeah. You have to get a recreational plate. So yeah, but how would you double plate a vehicle though? That would be my thing. They'll let you double plate a vehicle. Maybe that might just be state because I know I don't think Pennsylvania would be cool with that. Um, in fact, they probably would tell me that they'd probably tell me that the title has to be changed over to a recreational vehicle or something. Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, like it's stupid stuff like that. Like exactly right there. The gray areas, the common the lack of common sense. I don't know. It just irritates the hell out of me. Um, and you know what's funny too? Like, so I've been at Matt's, and I figured that Kentucky state troopers are here and everything. So I was like, oh, do you guys have a commercial officer here, a commercial enforcement officer? No. I said, oh, how convenient. I mean, I guess they thought he would get badgered all day long and beat up, and maybe I don't know. They're probably like, oh, liability or whatnot. But that, or they just don't want guys to know, and they want to be able to have that gray area to do whatever they want. Because I would have just recorded a commercial officer, and then like anytime I got pulled over for anything, been like, well, here's what a commercial officer says, and here's a section of the book he spit it out and everything. So, so what? There's going to be 15 different interpretations by 15 different officers. That doesn't sound like a law. That sounds like make up whatever you want. Come on with it. Your safety department is well, yeah, they always are, especially when you're leased on. When you're leased on, they're not but leased on or anything to an authority. That's the whole reason why they really started pushing for LLCs too, so they can back out of anything and wrongdoing, because technically you're a contractor, so they can just be like, well, that's a whole separate company, we just hire them. But you know what? It doesn't really matter because I've I can't remember the exact like how the case gone, but I've already researched certain truck cases, accident cases, and even things that common sense like would be the four wheeler's fault, but a jury awarded it anyway in their favor. And those lawyers, they go after everybody. They go after the cargo. They find out who has the cargo. They go after them. They go after the people that whose cargo it belongs to, whether that's a steel coil, groceries, meat or whatever. They go after them. They go after they've actually tried to go after the manufacturer sometimes, the trailer manufacturer, the truck manufacturer. They try to go after they go after the driver, of course. The owner operator. They go after the authority, the carrier. They get everybody in on that. The entire spectrum of whoever they can find to blame and get money from, because they'll just. I think what happens is when you sue, every lawsuit that you do is individual. They don't. It's not like a blanket. So you can pull each one of those different participants into court and sue them individually. So you might get, if it's either the judge or the jury awards the carrier, you $10 million from the carrier, they'll have another judgment against the driver or the owner operator, and they'll have another judgment against the whoever owned the cargo, and all it goes on and on and on. Yeah, you're right. I am having some fun. It's I don't know. I don't get out a lot. I have family time and stuff, but I mean I don't get out. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Like remember when you were younger, you used to go out with the buddies and out to the bar and stuff, and I'm not saying like do nothing stupid or anything, but you just were able to like hang out, with like-minded people, and that I guess that's kind of like how it is. Um, like most of these people here are like-minded people in some capacity. Now some might be, you know, more dickheads than others and stuff like that. But you don't have too many flip. I didn't see anybody like flip-flop wearing truck drivers anywhere around here at all. I've not seen any of them walking around the building, any of them out here in the parking lot. These are all cowboy jeans, button downs, and if not, they're wearing boots, jeans, gentry hats and shirts, and what is this? Diesel Brothers shirts, which I'm surprised Diesel Brothers doesn't come to something like this. I don't know. Maybe they go to Joplin or something. But yeah, but it's a good group of people. So for the most part, yes, exactly. You're right there. Come on with it. Uh, Definitely cut all ties with the carrier, because I've already seen it or heard stories where people had their own dash cams and stuff, and carriers will ask for it, to help them out. Um, and there might be something on there that you didn't notice or whatever. The carrier will try to use it to blame you with it. I've heard all kinds of weird things, and I guess it also depends maybe on the carrier. But I know, to be honest though, if I had a carrier and an owner operator really screwed up, uh, well, first of all, they probably wouldn't be with my company anyway in the first place, because I would kind of catch on that they were a problem. But secondly, I would do everything in my power not to lose my company, my house, my whatever, my assets, because some idiot. So what happens when Come On With It enters a room? Grandpa starts laughing. What are you finding out how to do some funny jokes or something there? I don't get it, but then again, I don't know. But man, I am beat. I haven't walked this far or this much since, I don't know, maybe, yeah, probably the last time I walked this far, I think I was at Disney World um last year or the year before that or something. I'm beat. Um Hmm. Especially, let's see, last night I probably didn't get to bed till, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 in the morning. Like I said, editing is a real pain in the rear. Um, I can understand now why some of these YouTube channels, you'll hear them talk about editing video and their wife's doing it along with them. So I guess when they're out doing something, that the wife's trying to, cut together pieces of the video and stuff and do it. And I can completely understand why now, because let's put this down. Because it, between downloading the video to your phone or whatnot and going back and forth, it's just a prolonged it's just so prolonged. It's ridiculous. And then, if you end up deleting the video, or you got to go back, you got to re-download it, and then things go wrong. Things don't look exactly the way you want it. Oh, it's a pain in the ass. He's saying my jokes are old. Yep, you got it. Oh, good fun, man. See, I met a few people. A couple people came up and said hi to me and DIY and stuff. The one that stuck out was man, I have so many new names in my head. It's hard for me to remember. And I remember him, and I feel so crappy because he even came up and gave me some Yinglings. But I just, I want to say thanks, and I don't know if he's watching or whatnot. And shout out to him, even though I can't remember his damn name. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm beat. But hey, that's what Mats is about. It's about a lot of walking and trucks, apparently. Anything else at Mats? There's so besides the normal vendors that you would see here, like equipment, fuel additives, cameras. I did review a camera system. Now the camera systems, it's weird. Everyone that had a camera system was from overseas, so I couldn't get really. I mean, I guess I kind of got a decent interview with her. I mean, I kind of understood her. At least she was trying, so I'll give her that. But there's some really really good camera systems out there now, compared to what there were. A lot of them blow eagle eye out of the water, in my opinion. So I did kind of like a little spiel on that and a review of that. What else did I get to do today? I interviewed a owner of a 75 truck carrier out of, I believe he said, Wisconsin. Started with one truck and built his carrier up. He also they also have a terminal in Canada too, so they do cross border and everything. Seemed like a great dude, very professional. No nonsense type of guy, and I believe his company is probably going to grow. So I did a shout out to them because I didn't want to, as far as I'm concerned, screw Warner, screw Crest, and so on and so forth. They just, I just have nothing to say about most of the mega carriers. I mean, I don't even, I think I filmed Prime. I don't remember. I didn't really go over to the table, but I think I filmed in front of them and at least said what I have to say about them. They're not the worst. And I guess it's your opinion on that. Let's see what else. Man, there's like an endless smorgasbord of things to buy. Like if you had your own fleet and you had money to spend, you could easily spend it here. Like Hunter Alignment was there, tons of equipment and tools, jacks, high lift jacks. Let's see what else. Surprisingly enough, I know if you go in the one side, they had a lot of other vendors there that were like outside. They were just selling fragrances and washes, lots of alcohol. There were lots of bourbon and whiskey stands in there and everything. So tomorrow I'm pretty much gonna maybe go over to the one side, maybe do a few quick intros or explanations of some stuff. If I can, like I said, if I can get anybody interview if I can get anybody to interview, I'll interview them. And yes, and then after that, I'm just gonna hang out, see how much free crap I can get, and maybe check out some of the bourbon and whiskeys and stuff that I saw in the one area, and just trying to hang out, I guess. Be honest, I kind of wish I knew where the party was at. But the only person I know that probably would know where the party was at, that I thought was going to come, that I would have liked to meet him, was James Best. I would have tried to hook up with him, but I guess he ended up not coming, from what I've kind of heard, or I don't know, been told. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Because I'm kind of in the party mood, if you want to call it that. So it's just it's just been a good time altogether. Like I said, I've made a lot of connections I never thought I'd met. All I have to say is, if you ever meet Alex, he's a tremendously good person. Sammy was a cool dude. For the little bit of time I met him. Tim Gentry, he really like went out there and met everybody he could. Was even signing autographs and everything. He was almost looked like he was overwhelmed at certain times, but he's 100% genuine, a cool dude. I tried to find Bruce, and just say hi and whatnot. I know he's super busy and way up there. He's got his like professional look or whatnot. But I didn't get to see Bruce at all. I mean, I stopped by his stand a couple times. Plenty of we'll just say decent looking senoritas over there. And yeah, that was pretty much it. It's hard to explain. You guys gotta like show up. Everybody should at least come here once. I would say it's like the good side of trucking. That's how I would put it. It's the good side of trucking. There wasn't really any. It didn't seem like there was any tension in the air. There was no BS. It was just everyone hanging out and having a good time, and checking out trucks and looking at stuff. Let's see. Come on with it. I went last year, so I won't go for another few years. Yeah, because new stuff eventually comes out, and this year it doesn't seem like, from what I was told, other people that went, there were certain things missing. No concept trucks or anything, and I have a feeling that's going to be that way for a little while. Just because that now, there's all these different regulations that are coming out from the EPA, and California is trying to push all this stuff. They're probably concentrating more on how they're going to be able to get their product to pass emissions tests and or how to convert it to electric and still keep the customer somewhat happy. There was tons of like electrical, like charging systems and stuff there. They were all brought to you by, seemed like, overseas companies that have a red star and stuff. So I don't know. It's weird, like how that was going on. But primarily it didn't seem like people were really interested in the electric truck stuff. So I'm surprised there weren't no actual electric trucks. Like I said, were there were a lot of charging systems I saw. Maybe I missed the electric truck somewhere, but I didn't see anything. Why wouldn't you think Tesla would bring their electric truck to the Mass Truck Show? That's what I would think. And Nikola, if Nikola bought their truck down here, I would have test drove it. I know who had their truck out here. I know Kenworth had their 100th anniversary T680 out. Driving it about and stuff. Man, it's super windy, and these jets are doing some really weird stuff and coming in extremely low and making all kinds of weird noises. A lot of wind shear going on. As long as the guests don't land in this parking lot, I guess I'm all right. Uh, are you going to the truck show? The truck show is already pretty much over. Uh, Judging was today, and most of the day it rained, so I don't know exactly what happened there or who won. I'm sure if I had a chromed up 379 Peterbilt and everything, and you know, I would probably know, but I don't. It's they're nice to look at. I'm not really into the. I mean, I'm into it, but I'm not vested. Put it that way. I'm not vested into it, so I really don't know who won. Um, I tell you what, if I was a judge, it would be very hard for me to pick. I'm I'm partial to the unique trucks, so maybe one of the like the older International or definitely some of the older Macs that were there. The things that you're just not going to see anymore. Everybody can put fiberglass fenders and stuff on, but nobody can make the body lines of like an old 1968 Mac. You know what I'm talking about? Um, so that's at least how I feel about it. Um, let's see what else. But like I said, they already did the judging, and I guess they picked the winner today. That's why I said I just went out there because last night, by the time I got done editing, and I ended up falling asleep a little bit, I got up at what, like 11. I got up at like 11:30 or something. I don't remember, somewhere around that time, and I went over there hoping that guys just left their lights on. But they all, I guess a lot of the people are either sleeping in campers or, they're not really like sleeping in the trucks. So they all went to their hotels or their campers for the night, and a lot of them, I think there were like two or three trucks that maybe had their lights on, but everyone turned their lights off. And even now, I was hoping. Well, it is way too windy for me to fly a drone, and especially with how the planes are coming in. I mean, I'm not going up over 100 feet anyway, but just with the wind and stuff, I would not be able to do it. But I was hoping to maybe be able to get another drone shot, a better one with it actually like rotating on its axis, like professionally drone shot, because I was having problems with it yesterday doing that. But pretty much, uh, they all have their lights off. There's maybe 10 trucks out of, I don't know, 70 or 80 sitting over there that have their lights on. So what I did is I went over there with the DJI Osmo, and I took some short shots. So 9x16s. Yeah, so I'm going to try probably make a bunch of shorts for these guys, and hopefully, well, hopefully somebody eventually sees them. Um, just to do their trucks, some justice, I guess you could say. Let's see. Come on with it. Best was trying to go. Best was trying to go, but didn't work out. Maybe next year. Yeah, yeah. Eddie, let's see. Eddie said, we have a lot of Tesla trucks cruising I-80 Cali to Nevada. They look bad. They look bad, my man. Like, like badass looking. Like I said, the truck looks okay. It's just the form factor. That's really the biggest problem I have. I mean, I'm not saying that the Tesla truck's going to win any any shows or anything. But the form factor of the truck, like I said, they tried to reinvent the wheel, and I think they should have just left the driver over on this side. And I have yet to see a Tesla semi truck with an actual sleeper in it. I mean, even if they stuck the bed long ways over on the side here or something, and did like a long ways thing with, maybe like a little stand up washroom and maybe a slide out toilet, just something different, unique, but still able for the driver to sleep in it and stuff. But the only reason I would think that they made it that way and did put a sleeper in is it because really what Tesla's really banking on is the Tesla semi truck becoming autonomous. Um, that's what they're really banking on, and it's like I was saying to the guy about with the ARI sleepers, the huge sleepers. I mean, most of those guys that are pulling the huge sleepers, those will probably be the last ones maybe to go. But you know, I'm going to say it 100% that they're going to go to full autonomy unless something really bad happens, no matter what. Because when has the truck driver and or the owner operator and or just the trucking community ever had a break that we won something that we actually won? When? When? As far as I know, the trucking community has always been fighting for every little bit of amount of money, amount of respect, and amount of peace, if you want to call it that. Like, just leave us the hell alone, some of us, for a very long time, and it doesn't seem to come. It just gets worse, and and certain laws that are supposed to be passed for other things end up pulling us in, and then comes at like the Ubers and stuff over in California with the Act. What is it? The Act 10 or something like that. I forget what it was. Man, I've heard it's talked about so many times. You think I would know right off the bat. But we pretty much are the only ones that are really getting punished by that. And you know what I even thought about that? I was thinking maybe it was an emissions thing because most owner operators in California are probably the ones that are the owner operators, the lease drivers. They're probably the ones that are trying to run older equipment, and probably maybe California was just like, well, if we do this, they'll just get rid of them, you know. Um, so that's my opinion on that. But like I said, we don't ever get a break. We don't. When have you ever seen good news about like trucking legislation and stuff? You know what it is. That's one thing why I think all these truck drivers are jumping on the bandwagon for broker transparency. Because if it does get passed, it'll be about the only thing that truck drivers are like, yeah, we won and did. And you know what? I have a feeling it'll backfire and it'll screw us. That's my 100% opinion. Um, because whenever you ask the government to, uh, you know, get involved in anything and legislate and demand certain things, it usually ends up turning around and biting the trucker slash owner operator or the trucking community in the butt. And I have a feeling that's what would happen to that because, to be honest, how are you still going to make the brokers pay you? What you're going to see what, you know, what the broker makes. You're going to see what the shipper. You're going to see who the shipper is. So you're going to go directly to shipper. And all these guys out here that are really bitching about it. Do you really think Do you really think the shipper's going to give you the direct thing? No. You know what it'll do? If it really turns that bad, they're gonna leave the broker and they're going to go to a mega carrier that'll basically have like it. They're looking for a logistics company. They're not looking for, maybe the smaller guys that do like paper BOLs and can keep track of stuff. But these places that are shipping out, I don't know, we'll say like 1.2 million, truckloads a year or something like that. The big factories, the big warehouses, they're not looking for one owner operator. They need someone to do everything. They want somebody that'll do the BOLs, that'll do everything. It's like I said, it's just going to nip us in the butt, the smaller guys. And I don't know. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. I think the broker transparency thing's the stupidest thing I ever heard. If anything, we should be more concentrated on our little realm of crap that's going on, because obviously if you drove down the road you already see stuff that should not. And I don't mean by it's falling apart, but it probably usually is. I mean by the companies that you've seen that are like sketchy and should not be out here, and they're being ran from a cell phone overseas and things like that. You see all this, all that. The same thing about the brokerages too, and a lot of the brokers want to get rid of those guys too, and they're the ones that are causing a lot of problems even for us. And instead of enforcing the laws that we already have and making some of them stricter, we forget about them and make new laws that only benefit, someone else in power. Not in power, but they always backfire. The laws always backfire towards the truck driver. They never go the way that we need them to go. Um, looks like Grant's microwave on wheels. Oh, the Tesla semi truck looks like giant microwaves on wheels. They don't look badass. They look terrible. Yeah. Eddie says they have the steering wheel right on the middle of the truck. Yeah, I know. It's so AB5. Yeah. There you go, Eddie. AB5. I don't know why. You hear these jets out here? Like, hear the wind. I'm guessing there's some severe thunderstorms probably coming. Look, you can hear the jet engine. Like, these things are working. They had like a huge crosswind today or tonight to deal with. Now I know actually west of here, like I think Arkansas, and I think what was it? I don't want to say Nashville. Memphis, Tennessee. They're having tornado warnings and stuff. So hopefully nothing like that's coming this way. But I mean, at least I'm in the aerodynamic truck, so maybe I'll be all right. But I did know I saw some pretty decent size, some decent flashes of lightning over there. I think I'm looking west. Yeah, west of here. So other than that, Matt's has been totally awesome. Like I said, I wish I had some other buddies here that I knew to hang out with, have a beer, and just bullshit about anything. But like I said, I didn't really get to hang out with that crowd. Apparently next year, it sounds like that all the fun stuff is happening over in the free parking lot, and I parked in the paid parking. So, maybe if it was earlier tonight, I might just go over there and take a look and see what's going on over there. But I don't know. Because let's see, I know Just Truckin' put up a video earlier and showed a drone shot, and he was over in the free lot. But I mean, I don't think he's staying in that truck anyway. He's probably got a sponsor taking care of him. So when I get my sponsors for, I don't know, maybe Cash can sponsor me for his butt hurt cream. Cash's butt hurt cream. Maybe I'll maybe that'll become my sponsorship. But maybe when I get some sponsors, hopefully I'll be able to afford a Quality Inn hotel or something like that. But to be honest, though, I actually like sleeping in the truck here. It's like everyone else over here to the right of me, they're all staying in their truck, so it's like a big giant camp out fest. But not with the shitty, dirty truck stop truckers. The ones that at least wash their truck, take care of them, put lots of money in them. So, like I said, it's a whole different kind of people over here. So, but yeah, so I just figured I'd hop on, try to sum up the day. Maybe keep some guys updated and just shoot the shit, really. But it looks like I've been at this for about an hour, and there ain't really anybody in here. It's probably just you, Eddie, I think. But hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by, Fate. Thanks for stopping by, Eddie. Let's see, WCF Invader. Come on with it. Let's see, who else was in here? I know when I first come on and whatever, I guess the video backed out because it said I don't know, it said low something. I know there was like 10 or 15 people in here, so it is what it is. So I'm gonna call it a night, and I'm gonna try to get some sleep and wake up early in the morning. I'm not gonna probably edit any videos while I'm here. Most of the videos are probably gonna come out a week to a few days afterwards, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep trying to put out some good content for everyone and try to keep it as educational as possible. I'm also learning that I probably should maybe watch my mouth a little more. I got a potty mouth, but that's when you're a mechanic in an automotive shop all day for like 8 to 10 hours a day, you tend to hurt a lot of things, and a lot of people talk a lot of BS. So I have a little bit of a potty mouth because I watched Alex put up my one short, and he ended up having to bleep out a lot of stuff. So, like I said, maybe I should watch my mouth a little bit. But like I said, yeah, Alex ended up interviewing me. So I mean, if you didn't see that, go check it out on Alex's channel, or and it was a pretty good interview. So as everybody already knows, I'm Jackknife TV. I'm tired. I think I have a blister on my foot, and I'm gonna go to bed. So take care, everyone. If you're driving and whatnot, be safe out there, and keep on trucking.